Welcome back to the as yet unnamed OHD podcast. We are at the 2026 Gear Show at our Columbus location at the studio here, and I am with Mr. John Daugherty from Film Columbus, one of our sponsors this year and always a friend to OHD and the filmmaking community throughout the state. John, welcome, and why don't you tell us a little bit about Film Columbus and what you guys got going on?
Thank you very much, Max. I think I'm friend first, sponsor second, isn't it? Is that accurate?
Yeah, you keep your friends close and your sponsors closer.
Yeah, that sounds good. Again, thanks for having me. It's been a busy few months with we've got 2 features shooting right now. I don't think we've ever had 2 features of this size.
Say, that is a big deal.
Yeah, shooting at the same time. They're overlapping. I think one is just wrapping right now, and another one wraps in a week or so. But yeah, so that's been a really great milestone for us and for the industry here in Columbus. So that's going on. We've got grants that are coming up. We're giving $25,000 awards to local filmmakers.
$250,000.
$250,000 we're giving away.
So local. And when you say local, where's that?
So that is
Franklin County?
Franklin County, I believe, for those grants. We're partnering with Greater Columbus Arts Council on those. Then on top of that, we're doing the local incentive again this year. So we started that in 24. That is separate from the state incentive. It can be stacked with the state incentive. But the threshold for the local incentive, again, that is Franklin and the surrounding counties. The threshold for that is $150,000. So the threshold at the state level is $300,000. For the local incentive, it's $150,000.
That's huge. And when you're talking about threshold, this is a tax incentive to incentivize people to make their film in Columbus or Franklin County in the local community, and then you get money back on taxes, right?
Yeah.
But in order to do so, you need to spend a certain threshold.
Yeah.
And 300,000's that's a higher number to hit.
Yeah.
So having a lower threshold with the availability of some relief and tax back money is super cool.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why we designed it that way. And, and then we also designed it that you can stack it with the state incentive. So at the local incentive, you get 10% cash back, right? At the state level, it's 30%. So we do have a cap at the local level of, I think it's $40,000. So if you do the math to get the most bang for your buck, if you had a $400,000 project and you applied for and received the state incentive and the local incentive, you would get 40% back on all of that. So you'd get $160,000 back.
I pretended like I was doing that math in my head to come up with your same number, but there's no way. But
that was good.
That's almost half back though.
Yeah,
which is nuts. That makes your $400,000 movie pretty much a $200,000 movie.
Yeah. And so another thing that we're starting, I think, this year with the local incentive is if you have applied for and received the incentive, the local incentive previously, you can, and then you apply and receive it again this year, you can get, I think it's up to 30% of your incentive before you start shooting.
Ooh.
So that way it gives you a little bit of money to really get things moving. And so we're starting that this year, which is making things a little more attractive for shooting here in the Central Ohio area.
A little more bang for your buck for repeat customers then.
Yeah. And then another thing that we just started this past year is the crew card. It's a card that we give out to all visiting productions. And each crew member gets a card, and you get discounts on like Mikey's Late Night Slice and 84 Lumber and places
Hook
like
that
that.
Up.
Yeah. I've got a few of those.
Yeah, you have to get Mikey's Late Night Slice.
Yeah. Buy one, get one free slice of pizza, man.
That's very cool. Those are all very neat things that I don't make at least Franklin County. If you're a filmmaker, there's tons of opportunities there. You can always utilize the state incentive.
Yeah.
But having those extras, like maybe applying for some of that grant money and getting $10,000 as one of those filmmakers, or maybe getting that local incentive and stacking it too, like those are really good opportunities for people with projects in town and great ways, I think. Oops, sorry. great ways to pull outside people in to
Yeah.
kind of get their projects going too.
And we were out here last week with another project that's scouting here in Central Ohio, and I was talking to Carrie earlier. And this project, and I won't get into too many details, but it's a series they want to shoot in the fall, and they were looking at doing it in Maine. It's set in Maine. It's set in New England, and I happened to run into the producer at an event several years ago. And he just coincidentally knew somebody that recently moved here who's a producer. So we brought them in last week and came by here, and visited other locations that they were looking for. And by the end of the week, they were like, yeah, we want to come here and shoot it. We want to take advantage of the local incentive. We want to take advantage of the state incentive. So, that's exactly what we've been trying to do.
That's what they're built for.
Yeah.
And then it brings cool projects too, and gives you something different to work on than the normal stuff going in town. It also widens everybody's network.
Yeah.
That's just great things. Those are all great things Film Columbus is doing. It's why we're not only friends, but sponsors.
Well, we're sponsors as well.
But sponsors. You guys, if you are around and see John Daugherty, come talk to him about any of this stuff or any and all things film in the local community. He has brought some very cool swag. I don't know if any of the cameras can pick up here. Very cool swag from Film Columbus. These hats here.
Yeah, we have a movie club that we started. I guess you get that one. Yeah. That actually fits your head pretty well.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
We do a movie club. We're going to start that back up when the weather starts to get a little better. We just networking thing. We play some films that have Columbus connections in some way and sit around and talk about it. Me and John DeSando and my advisory board. So
where's the best place for people to hit you up with questions?
Website, filmcolumbus.com is the easiest way. And at the bottom of every page, you can sign up for our newsletter. That's really the best way to find out what's going on, crew call, that sort of thing. If a production is coming into town and they're looking for crew, I'll post that on there. And that's really the best way to keep in touch.
Filmcolumbus.com.
Yep.
You can also go there, I presume, to hit the Monday deadline for this year's grant money?
Yes. So Monday is the deadline for the $25,000 grants. You can find that at filmcolumbus.com or gcac.org.
Excellent. John, thank you so much.
Thank you, Max. I appreciate it. Always fun being here.
Do you have a suggestion what we could call this podcast?
The Film Columbus podcast? I guess I would have to be a bigger sponsor to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that'll be our second. Once this podcast blows up, the secondary channel. Okay. We'll go down and do that.
I'm fine with that. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate you having me.
Excellent. Cut it.